Every day in Faribault, people get up and go to work. Thousands of people are working in interesting jobs all around town, and we're excited to be bringing you this program about fascinating jobs in Faribault. I'm Kim Anderson with the Faribault Area Chamber of Commerce, and we're bringing you this program because our members, the employers of Faribault, are telling us that their biggest asset are their employees and the people that have the skills and the dedication to help them make their businesses successful. Today we're talking to Andy Murphy. Andy works at Metcon Companies. So hi Andy, how you doing?
Good morning, good yourself?
So what do you do?
Crane operator.
Tell me more about what that means.
They call for anything to be lifted, air units, buildings being erected, machinery being moved, and we get to go move it with the cranes.
Sounds like big boy toys, right?
It is. Yes.
So how do you become trained to do that kind of work?
I started off here as a small equipment mechanic. One of the crane operators passed away, one retired, so they were down to one, and I just jumped on it. And they sent me out with one of them, or the main operator, for 3 months. Didn't even let me touch the controls. I just had to watch.
Okay.
And then, step by step, I went through it. They sent me to a week-long training course to get certified, and went through that, and I'm a certified crane operator.
Okay. So what kinds of jobs are you working on right now?
A big dairy barn in Leesore, huge, 800,000 square feet.
Okay.
Yep, and right now we're just in the process of erecting the steel.
And how many people work with you when you're doing that kind of, building of lifting that heavy?
Right now the steel crew is 4 people.
Okay.
But it varies job to job. When we're doing poured walls, for instance, there's usually 10 to 12 people right there working right around the crane.
Okay.
Yep.
And so you're the operator, so
Yes.
that means you're the guy in the cab.
Yes.
On the controls. Tell me more about the certification. Where did you have to go for that?
You can have it wherever you want. We went to Hennepin Tech in Eden Prairie.
Okay.
And there was 20 people probably in there.
Okay.
And that course was just to help you through the test.
Oh,
They didn't teach you how to operate the crane. You had to do all the practical experience by yourself. You had to take a written test and then a practical test where they put you through a course.
Okay.
And that was not easy.
Like a driving course?
Nope,
Like you actually
nope.
had to operate the crane in the course?
Nope, you didn't have to drive the crane. You had to swing the ball to various objects. You had to put it in a 55-gallon drum over here, swing around, put it in a 55-gallon drum over there. Everything is timed. And that's the biggest problem, is everything is timed.
Sounds like you could practice that on a video screen, right? With playing video games?
Yes, actually they have them now. The actual courses, they're computer courses, and you sit behind it or in a chair like this, and it's on a big video screen right there in front of you.
Wow,
Yep.
That's fascinating. So tell me more about the job site and maybe some of the biggest challenges that you face when you're actually on the job.
Every day is different. Everything lifts different. Weather conditions, wind, the ground. You can set up in a good spot and have yourself nice and level, and all of a sudden the frost will give out underneath one of your pads, and the whole crane will tip.
That's not a good day when that happens.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Has there been any really remarkable day that, since you've been doing this job, that you think, wow, that was close, or that was interesting?
Yes.
Or,
yeah.
so
I've had a few of the close calls, but it's a learning experience every single day you operate one. Most memorable was when I got certified. That was phenomenal. But then bad days, we were doing the multi-meal distribution center, and I got in a rush. I put my outriggers out, but I didn't level myself out. I didn't put my pads down.
Okay.
And I boomed out all the way and started going down, and the whole crane, it's rocking.
Whoa.
I'm like, oh, what did this guy do? What's going on here? And I look down, and the whole crane is tipping side to side. And I learned, don't get in a rush.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of
get paid by the hour, so
safety features that you have to be well aware of.
And then last fall was one of the worst. I was moving a grain bin, And the people that hired us, they didn't rig the inside of it right. So when I picked up on it, the whole thing collapsed. $40,000.
That's not a good day. That's not a good day.
No, but I wasn't liable for that because they had hired us. They hired a rigging company, and they rigged it wrong.
Sounds like there's a lot of
look for now.
elements that you, as the operator, have to be aware of, because the safety of the people that you're working with seem to be part of that. So you're building the structure, and then other crews come in and do many, many other elements of a building. How does that feel to you, to be part of those kinds of big buildings?
It's pretty neat, being able to drive around with the family, be like, hey, I did that.
That's neat.
Yes.
So tell me a couple of the buildings that you feel that way about.
Church in Owatonna, that was a bad job, but we got it done. We'd put up a piece of iron, have to take it back the next day, take it back down, cut it in half, re-weld it, put it back up. But it's a phenomenal project, the way that job turned out.
Bad job, meaning it was a difficult job, but...
nothing worked out.
Okay.
Nothing worked out.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things that happen.
Yep.
Huh?
You would complete one grid line and then take it all back down the next day because it was off.
Wow.
Yep.
So what would you say to people that are thinking, wow, that sounds like an interesting job, maybe I could do that job?
It is an interesting job. A lot of responsibility, a lot of responsibility. You have to be on your toes every day. You know, have to bring your A game to that crane every single day. Yes, you have bad days with swinging, you know, with the weather conditions. Wind is a huge one. And it's a fun job. It can be boring as well. You know, some days you sit and you just wait. You hold one piece of equipment up in the air and you wait and wait and wait and wait. But it's a good job.
I don't know that there's any job that has 100% fun going on. I mean, it is work, right? So thank you so much for telling us about your job. When we come back after a moment, we're going to talk to Andy a little bit more about himself and his family. So thanks for listening.
The Faribault Area Chamber of Commerce would like to thank Steel-Waseca Cooperative Electric for sponsoring this episode of Faribault Works.
I'm Doug Hughes with Steel-Waseca Cooperative Electric. We're the electric cooperative that serves the region around Faribault, Minnesota. And we feel that Faribault has many opportunities and that it's possibly the gateway to America, to the United States, because it's right south of Minneapolis-St. Paul with easy access to I-35, and they have an easy approach for airport traffic, rail, they have natural gas, and there's many industrial customers that take advantage of this close proximity to the Minneapolis-St. Paul airport, and also the small town community and the helpful community that Faribault is. And they have plenty of industrial land for businesses to develop and plenty of accesses off the freeway, and they have many supportive businesses in town, plus their Chamber of Commerce, which is a very good link to any help that anybody should need in the Faribault area.
So we're back talking to Andy Murphy, who's a crane operator with Metcon Companies, and we've been talking quite a bit about the hazards and the joys of the job, and I know it's really important for you and for Metcon to have a safe work environment, and tell me a little bit about that and how that works here.
Well, to start off the day with the crane, you have to visually inspect everything on the crane. And then all of your rigging has to be inspected, because any fray in the line or anything like that, you can get fined by OSHA if they see it. And so any bad straps, cables, have to get rid of them. Every day that people go home safe, that's a good day.
That's a good day.
Even if you have a horrible day of swinging, if nobody gets hurt on the job, that's a good day.
And you're happy.
Yes.
And you have a good record here at Metcon about safety.
Yes.
That's good. Thank you. So how did you get into this? You grew up in Shilsville, did you say? Okay.
Yep. I went to college for fluid power technology.
Okay.
For 2 years. Graduated, all that good stuff. I was working up in Hopkins, and my brother used to work here. He said, hey, we have an opening in the small engine department if you're interested. I talked to the boss. I had never even changed a spark plug on a lawnmower. I had no experience. I had electrical and hydraulic experience.
Okay.
And the boss said, well, you'll figure it out. And I taught myself how to work on all the small tools. And then the opportunity arose because I wanted to advance. I wanted to advance myself. And previous jobs I had operated equipment. And I figured the crane would be a great way to get back into it.
That's awesome. And it also tells you that it doesn't really matter where you start. It's
Right.
being open to new opportunities and having an aptitude and willingness to try new things certainly
Yes.
doesn't hurt at all. So what do you do for fun?
I love fishing.
Okay.
Summer, ice fishing, love it. Hunting, I love it. Hanging out with the wife and kids.
Tell us about your family.
3 kids, 7, 8, 9 years old.
You're a busy man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep. Been married for 10 and together for 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's great. And congratulations on your job. This is just fascinating to me to hear this personal story about Andy and how he came to find this job at Metcon and has really become very capable and very well trained in this job. And it's fascinating. Do you have anything else you want to add?
I think I'm good.
I think you're good.
I
Okay.
think so.
Well, it's hard to say what makes people pick a job or choose a career, but in this program today, we certainly learned about Andy's story, and we're going to learn more about other people's stories as we do more of these interviews about what makes Faribault work. The program is brought to you by the Chamber of Commerce and produced by TLT Video Productions, and it's sponsored by Steel-Waseca Cooperative Electric. And if you have an idea about a fascinating job, someone you'd like us to talk to, give me a call at the Chamber. Thank you very much for listening.